Today's video is brought to you by the Ultimate Arborist Gear Bag and this vertically challenged, beautiful whisker face of a man right here. Are you tired of your current gear bags and lack of organization? Ever find it to be a painful task accessing your gear and an even bigger pain stowing it away when the job is done? Then stop what you're doing and looky here, folks. Grab up your paddle and float on down Eagle Creek Way in this 36-inch rolling travel trunk. Your gear will thank you.
Welcome back, friends. Today we're talking about Joshman's big, beautiful beast of a gear bag, which Joshman loves dearly, and it's made his life a lot easier. There was one thing it was lacking, and we're going to go over that. The little modification, simple, quick, and easy. Should be quality enough to hold up to the rigors of day-to-day use. But I know there'll be some of you that have been here for a minute and be like,
George, didn't we already talk about that goddamn bag? Why are we here again?
and good question, yeah. I believe it to be important enough, now that there's a little more traffic coming to the channel, to maybe shed some light on this bag, because I bet you there's some people out there that are looking for this item in particular. You know, maybe they've been struggling like me to try and find something to clean and tidy and keep everything together without like 14 trips, you know, with like rope bags and this and that, so back and forth to the tree, you know, to whatever, to your work zone from your rig. So that's why it's important enough. We'll actually compare it a little bit briefly. We'll compare it to this notch bag, and we're gonna dive back into it again, just so you don't have to go back and watch the first video. If you want to, go ahead, but basically I'm leaving the link to the YouTube video for Eagle Creek itself, that particular bag, and then at the end will be the link to the first video. But we'll dive in, we'll compare to the notch, and maybe hopefully I can help someone else. Alright, so we can start off by actually the cons right away of this bag. Number one is its price. I'll put that up, its current price. We'll also leave a link in the description for the bag itself on Amazon, at least. You can find it elsewhere. That'll be up to you. So con number one is price, and then number two is zipping it after the main compartment's unzipped. Sometimes zipping it back up, at least with the gear I have inside it, can be a bit of a bear. But that's really kind of a minor nuisance, zipping it back up. They are very rugged zippers, so I will say that. We'll bring that up again, I guess. But that's number two, is zipping it back up. Some of them, anyway, with the curls and wavies. And the big number three for me, the kind of the hang up, was the lack of, because this is a travel duffel. This isn't really, I don't think they at all had any intentions for arborist gear. This is like airport travel. They claim like 2 weeks worth of clothing and toiletries and stuff will fit in that. So this right away, this is what we're talking about while we're here. My mod, which was backpack straps I took off from the Teufelberger bucket bag that I have, because I always carry that's my rigging gear. I always carry it over my shoulder, and I never used the backpack straps because it was ridiculously heavy. So I just took some Yale 3/8 cordage and anchor hitches, and then another little small piece of cordage to sort of, that's adjustable, like a prusik, English Prusik dealie to maybe if I had issues with the placement on my shoulders. Granted, this is just like, this wasn't supposed to be like Cadillac backpack straps, you know, it was just I needed to be able to carry it on my back. And then I went through, this bag has daisy chains. Can't really see them there, can you? You got daisy chains on the front, on both sides, the same daisy chains, and then you got them right here. Boom, boom, carrying handle, and a couple more daisy chains right up here. And so I went through and around where the two kind of are stitched together, or the main stitch point. I went around, or underneath, I'm sorry. So where it kind of like, when it loads, it's loading up against like the strongest point, and wrapped it through another one. So you got a little friction, kind of helping to support extra on another stitch point. And then of course through the handle too. That was for load sharing, and for, of course, to keep these backpack straps from slipping over the edge. This the big shot too was an afterthought when I was doing the backpack straps. So that's actually that's an even bigger bonus. I didn't even ever think of in my initial runs with this bag. I've had this bag for shoot, I had to look it up, really, over 6 months for sure. Okay, so we're gonna run through this again. I'm gonna try and be quick as possible. Front pocket, the way I got it set up, it does have an internal mesh separate zippable pocket, but I got all kinds of room, as you can see. But it's just quick access my foot ascender and the Haas knee ascender so far. Just to have that stuff separated and quick access. And okay, unzipping it again. You got compression straps, which are already undone, but those are usually hooked to help just keep it all firm and taut. And again, I got some side stuff, you know, like this little Rock Exotica with the steel beaner, and this other little accessory beaner, and that little bit of rope from Samson to tie on for, like, if I want to do 3-to-1 stuff. And then you got this quick dealie. Shout out to Mike Frizzle. He hooked me up with this guy, the little swivel beaner here, and then another ISC rigging beaner, you know, just on the daisy chains. And so you could get really creative. Okay, before we go inside here, let's show you this beauty. This big old bastard. This pocket's like a double purpose pocket. So anyways, I got some pieces of gear that I thought would be kind of crucial to have. Like, you could eliminate these, save me some weight. But we got this beauty, the 2.6. So she can handle some good you know, some good loads. Every bit of what you want to put your stable braid, 1/2-inch stable braid through. We got some hardhead wedges, another small wedgie in there, and this is another Eagle Creek. Well, you got rigging right here for more like mechanical advantage type setups, attaching pulleys to other ropes, or ropes to other ropes for mechanical pull. And again, here is just nothing but slings and a few beaners, like Amazon cheapy 23 kilonewton, you know, non-locking, like, what do they call it, just a single locking or whatever, for speedline type applications. Right there, these guys, they're just the quick barrel lock. That's it. These aren't approved, I don't believe, for climbing. Now, before we go inside, that pocket does, like I said, double purpose. So that's just the way I got that set up for me. That's what I like about that. But that, on the inside of the flap, is another zipper, and you unzip that sucker all the way around, and it allows this whole pocket, the internal lining, to expand the whole depth of the bag, because they kind of had that in mind for like wet clothing or boots. Boots will fit in there too. So they kind of had that, in, you know, because again, it's a travel thing. So maybe your dirty laundry or whatever you put in there, so it's expandable. And then here is visual proof, just for fun's sake, that you can store 150 foot or possibly even 200 foot of rope inside there, in that one pocket. And now, boom, let's move in to the meat and potatoes here. Inside, another zippable mesh pocket. I guess there's another con I maybe should have mentioned. So 4 cons really altogether. What did I say? Price, zipping it back up, lack of backpack straps, in stock form, and then 4 is the floppy, how loose and floppy this front pocket is, but which actually I guess maybe does lead to the zipper issue. But it is very rugged material though. But anyways, mesh pocket. I have I think this is 20 foot of 10x, half-inch 10x. It's a spider leg. So I thought that'd be kind of crucial. There's a pouch I put my phone in, and just accessory cord for whatever, miscellaneous, you know. So mix and match. That's a shit ton of room. I used to keep my throw cube in that. Keep the throw cube separate. And then boom, we grab our octopus. We're ready. We're ready. Grab your climb rope. Boom. And then you got your spurs. They're in there upside down. And again, there's the back side of that pocket. It expands. And then here you got, let me move the spurs out of the way a little bit. There's a cargo net. This actually, I've showed it in the first video. And if you watch the YouTube video of Eagle Creek, they probably show you how a cargo net goes on the front of the bag, actually on the outside if you want. So again, this is like why I think that this might be the ultimate Arborist gear bag. And then inside we have 3 mesh pockets along this side. So I got a friction saver for DRT, which is badass. It's an all gear, kind of sweet, you know. It's rigging rings. And one day, I guess if I wanted to, that could be just converted over, since those are rated, you know, for a nice light duty retrievable rigging setup. But as of now, it's just my DRT friction savers. Otherwise, I don't got a friction saver with me. And then in here I got a little bag of accessories, more accessory cordage. That's Teufelberger bucket cordage, and then like a scrunch and a couple other crucial components. Ooh, something we'll add. Someone might be thinking by the time this is done, where's your first aid? Yeah, good call. Here's a couple of extra saw lanyards. Still, don't really know why I keep them in there. Maybe that's where the first aid will go. And then in here's a zigzag plus for the DRT action. Hiding and protected in the Eagle Creek packet bags. Those are sold separate. There's like 3 of them, whatever. They're supposed to make your luggage travel easier and tidy and organized. But I thought, hey, those look good. Those would go good with the bag. And then we got 3. See, you could get really creative. There's the throw cube, so you could actually put like multiples if you were wreck climbing and whatever. That's all. So you wouldn't have spurs, and maybe you could have a couple climb lines in this biatch, and then multiple throw cubes. And then we know the big shot goes on the outside. So hand saws, a few of those. And then I had to add with accessory cordage up top, like I showed in the first video, I believe. You know, a couple little tiny baby alpine butterflies to clip devices in. But I did add this ditty bag just to sort of keep them from dangling like they used to. Sort of thought that was like, I don't know, a little reckless and negligent to the devices, even though, oh, he wasn't even hanging there. To the devices themselves, you know, to keep them actually sort of somewhat protected. Otherwise, they used to just sit out and hang naked like that. And the akimbo too was going there. But so that's, and then plus, you know, of course, you could probably you could stuff some extra biscuits and gravy in there too if you wanted to. All right, I think that was the gist of it then, eh? And then you also have, if I forgot to show that, I'm sorry. Here, I believe I did. I believe it did escape me. This is all as high as it will go. To me, it's I don't like it. It's not necessary. I don't use that. But then like this is also pretty bitchin', and why it's the ultimate Arborist gear bag is because this thing, they had intentions actually for a helmet. It goes and it attaches to the front flap down low, so you could keep a helmet on there. And then this dealie here, this is also similar to the notch locks on the notch bag. These little dealies, you could probably use that. But anyways, they advertise it as a bottle top opener too. All right, so the backpack straps issue, where I'm going to be going, I'm going to be climbing a lot more. So I think basically before this, I'd roll this in. I'd take it home on the weekends. I'd roll this in Monday morning, load it in the bucket truck, and it'd ride in the passenger seat belted like an actual person. And I basically would only need to like reach in, undo the compression straps up here, reach in, grab my saddle and rope real quick, and then ride the crane ball. And that's pretty much why I needed this bag, because it needed to be quick access in and out. That was the main use, but now that it's kind of going to be more day-to-day in and out, I was like, man, I need backpack straps, so I can't really use that bag anymore. So I got to try and go back to a backpack gear situation. So you know, I tried to go back to the notch bag. And granted, this is nice. You know, this is rugged, yada yada, top storage for like helmets and whatever. But the side pockets are okay for certain things. I don't know, not really like friendly for like some like daily kind of gear, I don't think. But this bag literally fits inside that bag, loaded up with gear. It fits inside that bag. So the main kind of problem was like none of my gear, my saddle, rope bag, and spurs didn't all fit at in together, and nor was it very easy for me, anyways, the way my stuff's set up to get in and out. So I had to have came to the point where basically I was going to mount my spurs on the outer with cable ties, like through the zip or through the daisy chains. This would be ridiculous to have to do every day. You know, trying to restrap at the end of the day your spurs and stuff back on. I was still left out actually my rope too, because I do like to keep my rope in my rope bag. I don't flake my rope. This works probably better for people if they don't mind flaking the rope into it. I like to have my rope in a rope bag because in case I do need to ride the crane ball, I can hook my bag to my saddle, and then once I'm like up in there or whatever and I need to come down, then or whatever, I can throw my rope bag down now. I'm a person that I like to leave my rig like ready to go. Basically nothing comes off the saddle. My lanyards, I got a longer lanyard on this side. It's always my like secondary, and my primary lanyard, I just leave them in my saw, my anti-shock, you know. Everything just stays on it. A quickie, a hand ascender, whatever. The hand ascender is kind of like just certain couple items will come off, but the quickie, an accessory beaner and stuff like that is always there. It looks like a lot going on here actually, but to be honest, it's not. It's two lanyards, a saw tether, you know, on your carrot tools and stuff like that, and just these couple of extra bells and whistles. But so anyways, the point being, I don't like to take none of that shit off, but like this end of the day, like if I put my spurs in there, these spurs in upside down, there's a 5-gallon bucket stuffed in there. That was a tip from my buddy Scoot of Scoot TCI. Go check them out if you haven't. Shame on you if you haven't. And so spurs are in there upside down. There's a bucket that helps to open it up, keep it open better, and stand up. But just sort of this octopus. It's almost like the octopus, like it's fighting, like he's you know, you're like trying to get your shit in there, and he's, no, I won't. See, again, because it's like I think it's kind of a waste of time to try and break your saddle down every day. Like take everything off it and then load it and clip it. It's nice. You got the daisy chains in there. You could start clipping a bunch of gear. You could just clip a shit ton of gear around it, but look at the extra time you're taking on and off, on and off, on and off. So this thing, like, look at kind of the cumbersome, the arduous task of like just getting that, and I don't want to cram and ram and stuff this thing because the saddle's already bulging out the top, so I can't fit a rope in there now. You know, if I still want this bag to close. So now I'm left carrying my rope bag still and my big shot, you know, all separate like. So that's where we had the genius idea to add the backpack straps from my Teufelberger bucket bag. It was light bulb went on. I was like, holy smokes, I think that'll work. I'll come up with it, and it's perfect. I can lay it down still, and you can use the rollers just fine. Like the bag still functions like in every which way. That's why I call this bag the ultimate arborist gear bag. Well, so in conclusion, you guys got to take, for anyone who hasn't seen that one, the first video, you basically got a good quick run through, and perhaps you know, maybe the light bulb went off, and you're similar to me where you kind of almost would like to have a nice and tidy everything together system, and it's heavy, so it's on wheels, and maybe you can, you know, you'll be like me and ditch the old notch system, you know. I mean, that's decent for some folks, but not this guy. And of course, probably wouldn't be fair if we didn't at least show you. Now this is going to be in a vehicle most of the time, so there's where it's going to be up higher, you know, because it isn't terrible to lift in and out. But this is also, I've already done this a couple times. This is tough. I don't know if this is a good 100 pounds of shit. Maybe not quite, but it's just awkward weight. But the fact is, I'm out of shape from winter, and so I'm sure that'll be easier. It'll be easier in the summertime, but there's after I get a little couple warm-ups in, but there's visual proof. We are rocking and rolling, you know. Hey, what's that? Oh, holy shit, check out the lead on that guy. All right. Yeah. I guess when the notch won't cut it, grab your paddles and take a swim on up Eagle Creek, baby.